Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play A Plague Tale Innocence. We are now in the final chapter of the game. It's a little bit of a long one, so this won't be the finale just yet, especially since I am having to record a whole bunch of episodes at once, since I'll be traveling to PAX pretty soon. But we will get a decent ways into it. We have a whole squad with us now. It's a stark difference from how hopeless and isolated we were with just Amicia and Hugo near the beginning of the game. We've slowly amassed
What's the matter?
a lot of friends.
Those rats blocked the safest entrance.
They didn't mean to do it, Melly.
We don't have a choice. We have to try the great door. But watch out. Oh, Melly, wait.
Is she angry with me?
Huh.
No, she's just angry full stop.
But
Give her a little time, Hugo.
It's so cute how Hugo comes to empathize with the rats. Now that they aren't like the existential threat that they were earlier.
Watch out.
Hey, do you think it's already started?
I hope so, because there's more and more of them around here.
3. It's risky.
Dallas knows what he's doing.
We're better off using the back door.
That's what he says.
Chances are it's locked. They're going.
It's in the shithole. We don't even know what's really going on in that damn cathedral.
Time to make our move. Lucas, follow me. Millie.
Have faith. In the meantime, we have a job to do. Right, I'm going back.
Be careful.
Oh shit.
I'll be seen.
Hey! Stop!
I'm going to help him. Stay here.
I hope they make it.
She knows the town. She'll lead them a dance. Come on, we have to take advantage. Take care of him.
You're finished.
So there's a squad of Melly and Lucas,
I might have got a little
and then
carried
there's
away.
us
It's changed a lot
with
since last
Roderick.
time.
There's Amicia, Hugo, and Roderick.
The cathedral, Amicia. That's where Vitalis is.
Which means Mother
Also,
is too.
ooh,
That bastard's gonna get a surprise.
this color palette here is so on point. Looks sickly and it looks pallid. Looks like the exact image of Pestilence, but still very picturesque, very painterly. This game has such a style to it, man.
Beneath us.
So they're the ones who destroyed everything. Look at the ground.
Stay here.
All right, go.
Go.
They won't suspect a thing.
Oh yeah, this is teaching us
Don't want
about
to listen to me.
when the rats are trapped underground.
They can't aim me.
They can't burst out because of the light. So if we extinguish some of the torches,
Cloud influence this light.
we'll be able to call out the rats. Or rather, the rats will emerge on their own from the sinkholes. And then as we extinguish more lights, we can command the rats to do our dark work and just murder guards. Oh, one of them's retreating.
They're listening to me.
Go forth and murder them, Hugo. There's gonna be a whole lot of that this episode. I don't know if we'll be able to get to this other cover that's more of a convenient vantage point without being seen by the archer.
Himself a new protege.
Oh wait, shit, it's still going up. I thought we were covered. We weren't quite behind the cover. Oh! I mean, this is fine. We're gonna murder a ton of people in this episode anyway. So that's kind of the thing about this. By this point, the rats aren't a threat,
Well, that's enough.
but the rats are also supposed to be the physical manifestation of the plague. Like, they're that metaphorical element. So do you see why that kind of doesn't work for this narrative? by the end, this fictional French Inquisition and the conflict of the curse and the carrier is way more important than the thing for which the game is named. And that doesn't really sit too right with me. The plague kind of became window dressing at some point. And it's like, the macula is sort of the stand-in for the plague now that the rats are taking second stage to them. But it also sort of isn't. And there's two metaphorical bubonic plague narrative elements in here, and it gets messy. And then the Innocence part of the title, and the theme that represents, is also enervated a little, because by this point we're just marching into Vitalis' stronghold, this city. Like, yeah, we're gonna kill the bad guy, and we're just mowing dudes down now, and we're not even thinking about it anymore.
What was that? Over there. Movement. Found you.
It's not even anything to us to do this. Which maybe that is the point in a way. Maybe we're meant to become so inoculated to the violence we're committing that we don't even notice it anymore. And that's supposed to be the ultimate loss of innocence. But the game doesn't actually comment on that, so you can't really argue the game is making that point. Or at least it's not making that point very well itself. You have to kind of reach to make the point for the game. And I think the other reason why that explanation doesn't necessarily work is because that's like 90% of video games is just mindless violence. That's like the main way of engaging with a lot of games is through combat and violence.
That's what it is.
So it can't really make that point by doing the same thing that most games do, you know? Like if that was not the most common way of engaging with games, especially AA and AAA games,
On your mark.
Alone?
Do you want to do it?
the point would come across better, if that is the point. Because that would be unusual, and that would be
Roderick?
something to think about. But as is, if you want to make that argument, you have to make that argument about, like, so many games. So it's diluted. Oh shit, he saw me already? Not quite. He just sort of saw a shadow moving out of the corner of his eye. I will still give it points for being ambitious. It's just... can't really say that mindless violence is the ultimate loss of innocence. Being... like, that can't be a profound or unique point that this game is making. Unless you're willing to make that point for a lot of other games, and then it's not unique anymore.
Look out.
That alone does not a theme make. So instead of getting just run through with a javelin this time, we're gonna do better. Oh, we're just gonna lead him right in to the rats this time. Now, they'll spend a little bit of time devouring the body, but there are still more rats yet to be summoned. You can also see the red swirlies in the background where there is fire from a lantern. Oh, we're also being shot at by an archer. Okay, so we've had two groupings of rats, it looks like. Right. Correct. There are two groups of rats. So we need to go find more, it looks like? Free more up? Yeah. They can't hear Hugo over their own ravenous consumption of the bodies. need to come up here. And actually, instead of using the rats for this dude, we can just use the sling, and that leaves the armored guy. So now we just need to extinguish some torches. This is an especially brutal method of killing them, too. Having them slowly devoured alive by thousands of rats.
Amicia, you're alive! Listen, Vitalis is at the cathedral. That's all very well, but the whole battalion is coming our way. You need to get out of here.
Take the stairs. The house has an exit on the other side.
The one that's on fire?
We can't go back. Go! We'll meet you on the other side. Be careful. Come on, the house.
This is the kind of thing that I envision you being able to do if in Darksiders they hadn't been cowards and gone with strife and fury instead of pestilence and famine. Because the common argument was always like, oh, it would be too hard to do something like pestilence. What does the gameplay for that look like? And that's such a spectacularly unimaginative, creatively bankrupt argument to make. Like, oh, it's too hard to make gameplay around this abstract concept of pestilence or famine. Death and war are easy to make gameplays for. But Hugo has become Pestilence. And in order to become a better Pestilence, we are gonna have to... Does that one even matter? Where's this other fire? Oh, it's on his... Shit, he's another one of these annoying Nicholas-type enemies, where he'll run away and reignite the flame by just using friction. Okay, now rats, come on. What? It didn't go out. Oh, fuck. I hate this enemy.
You did it. Hugo, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
It's alright, Roderick.
Remind me never to make you too angry, alright? Right. This time, it's going to work. Shit! There's some plan!
No, Amicia! We can't! We'll be burned alive!
Nothing will happen to you, I promise. Roderick, are you with us?
To hell and back.
So it's a good thing that we just have these fire go away potions.
Be careful. Can you do it?
Yeah.
This man is gonna get annihilated by a backdraft one day.
The ceiling's gonna give in!
Calm down.
Hugo, you beat the captain of the Inquisition. You're a tough guy. Tougher than I am.
Really?
I never lie.
So we just have one more door we have to pass through before we can get out of the burning house.
For a day of miracles.
And then we get back to murdering more dudes.
You're going to pay.
That's one less.
I thought he'd be tougher to take down.
Watch out.
I don't know if the running tallies in the comments are including the kills that we are commanding of Roderick.
We only wanted to get our belongings back.
Amicia, what do we do now?
Hang on, I'm thinking.
So we want one of them to patrol away, Roderick to deal with one, and then Amicia to deal with the other, ideally, and then we can just address the other one as he comes back. He may not even be that nice to us. I think this will be fine. How did you not think? What about what's around that corner? Sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Lord bless you.
Ah, too dangerous. The archers shoot on sight. We're stuck here. Take cover, archers!
Well done, men. Keep your eyes open. No one must approach the cathedral.
The cathedral. We're on the right track.
There, the portcullis.
It's the only way to the cathedral. We must find a way to cross.
So the other side of the portcullis is
The
life.
cart. Roderick, if we push it to the portcullis, it will give us cover. Hugo will be protected behind it. Hey,
Leave it, Amicia.
what are you doing?
Stay back with your brother. I'm pushing.
Roderick, let me help.
I'll be fine. If you want to help, keep an eye out for guards.
All right. All right, let's do this.
Hi, Roderick.
Don't worry about me, kid.
So he sort of has the door blocking his side, but he's still really exposed.
Soldiers.
Also, he's strong as shit, man.
They're all yours.
They also do a lot to make you feel the weight of this cart that he's pushing. Between the way it moves, the size of it, you can really feel the mass. But also just, the voice actor does a really good job with the grunts and stuff,
Leave the cart, please.
making the heft of that thing seem believable.
To reach the portcullis.
Oops.
They're behind us.
And he just does a good job.
You bastards!
I've reached the stairs. Come quick.
Well, first we have to deal with at least 3 dudes.
Don't worry. Come on. Keep
Like,
it
the
up.
body count in this episode alone is ridiculous. Or in this chapter alone.
Don't die, Roderick. Don't die.
This is like 5 in the past minute.
Need a break.
Past 30 seconds.
Leave it. Take cover.
Oh boy.
We're here.
Come on. Come on, quick. Oh my God, Roderick.
I'm a bit better. I'm right behind you.
All right. Hugo, go.
Your turn.
We'll get you out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Shit. Hugo, come on. We have to go. I don't believe it.
R.I.P. Roderick. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, everyone.